And we're back. We've created some actions, some transformations for our primitive objects. We've had them rotating and translating, and that's fine. We've done this by entering in values, zeros and threes and ones, right into the commands to rotate and translate. And that's fine for getting started, but eventually we're going to want to have a lot more control over what goes on in the script. Before we can get there, we have to introduce a concept called variables. Now, if you've studied algebra at all, you've seen x's and y's and whatnot in equations. This is kind of like that, not quite so formal as what they do there maybe, but sort of the same idea. So let's get to that and see how it goes. So we're going to open our capsule rotate, click open in the inspector, and there we go. Make sure we're on the capsule rotate script. We got a few of them up here now. And then I'm going to come in here just under the first curly brace and add my first variable. So var says it's a variable. I'm going to call it rotx. Then this colon, and then the variable type. It's a float, which means a number with a decimal, and I'm going to give it a value of 0. And semicolon. Now here's the next one, var rot y for rotation in y. Float, and set it equal to 0. And then var rot z colon float, and we're going to give this one a non-zero value, but let's just make it a little bit different than what we had, so we'll call it -3 and semicolon. Okay, there we go. Looks good. Now here comes the big deal. We're going to come down into our transform rotate command here and change these numbers to the variables. So rotx, and you notice there are little helpers trying to help us, so arrow down, enter, roty, and rot, and there it's trying to help. Sometimes this helps, sometimes it's kind of a pain to have those things there, but rotx, roty, rotz, I'm going to space these out just for readability, and we'll save this, and now it's saved. And other than the form here, let's see what we have. Okay, rotating in -z. The other things are still doing what they're doing. Looks good. Now let's change this one more way. We're going to kind of come in and capsule. There it is. Click open. And I'm going to take and change the way this looks just a little bit, but not change the way it really functions. I'm going to take these variables here and highlight them. Control X, come up here and Control V. I'm going to get rid of these indents since it's not inside the function. Get rid of these extra lines. Okay, we've just taken those outside the function. So we'll save it. And there it is. Here it is. Click on this. And here's the difference. Come over to the script and you can see the variables now. They're outside the function. We say they're external to the function, and as you can see, you can click on them and you can come in and change them. Let's change the z to -10. And now this should actually rotate a good bit faster. Let's see. And sure does. Now there's one thing I want to show you that this may be a bit confusing. Notice in the capsule rotate here that's attached to the capsule, it's a -10. But now watch what happens when I come over and click on the script itself in the project. It still says -3. and that might be confusing. But what it is that we've changed the script that's attached to the capsule, changed the variables attached to the capsule, but not changed the basic script itself. This might seem confusing, like I said, but it's actually a very powerful thing in that it lets you use a single script in a bunch of different ways with a bunch of different objects. And that's a concept kind of called reusability. It's got a few other names. It'll come in important later. If it seems confusing, you can put it aside, just put it in the back of your memory, and we'll deal with it at another time. So that's about it for now. We can save our project, save our scene actually, and end this video, and we'll see you in the next one.